Hollywood politicians on both sides of the aisle. Because it's
talking heads. Yeah,
it's a clear infringement on our rights for freedom of speech. Yes, you may not like it, but he's allowed to say it.
Right. Because it can lead to very dangerous territory if, on anything. Like, I mean, sure, this is happening to somebody who's, notoriously backed left-wing things, but, that pendulum swings and then it can be used to muffle conservative voices. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely a dangerous game to be playing.
If you're hearing this, we want to welcome to another episode of This Is From Life with Brandon and Lauren. We are almost officially in the beginnings of fall, but it still feels very, very much like summer.
Much warmer than what it's supposed to be right now.
Yeah. It was nice today, but it was still very warm, and I guess that's going to continue for a few days until we settle in some cooler weather. But how was your weekend?
It was pretty good. It's been so good so far. I really didn't do much, and I think that's why it's been good. But like you said, got out yesterday, did a little bit in the morning. There were some garage sales in the neighborhood, so walked around, just did that, and then just watched college football for the rest of the day, really. So
Yeah, it's been exciting with all the sports going on. Like I said, this time of year, it seems like everything's happening all at once. IU is playing like they're not IU. I don't understand.
Yeah, I definitely didn't expect that score last night. That was crazy, but hey, hopefully they can keep it up. The state needs something to cheer for.
Right. So yeah, IU is off to a great start football-wise. We've never really been a football school, but it seems the tides have changed. Scoring 50+ points in games is insane for us. And then over to NFL, the Colts are off to a 3-0 start, which is great. They haven't really had that in at least a decade. It's been a while, so things are looking up for them. The Fever won their first game against the Aces, which I don't think anyone expected at all.
No.
And we were just watching the Minnesota and Mercury game, which was pretty close. Last I checked, the Lynx had taken the lead. So
okay.
And then back to NFL, I guess. The Bears look like they're about to win, beating the Cowboys today.
Cowboys. I saw that. They played pretty well.
Yeah, they played well, and Philadelphia squeaked out a win.
Yeah.
At the last
embarrassing. They were down like 24-7 or 6 or something, and they won. That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane. They're America's team, honestly. The team America should deserve. Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, all the sports are happening. Baseball will eventually fall into the playoffs, into the finals as we get into October.
Pretty close, yeah.
And that's essentially my favorite time to watch baseball because the stakes are so high.
And it's so intense. Like,
yeah.
And in terms for playoffs, it's kind of what you wish all playoffs were like because they're quick. Just like the baseball season. There's no waiting 4 days. There's no travel. They play Monday, Tuesday, break on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it's beautiful.
And it's probably why they get paid.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Like their salaries are insane compared to
any other sport. Yeah.
Yeah. So we are in the throes of, I guess, sports season right now.
Yeah.
And I've already seen where the first NBA on NBC games will come in October, basically.
Yeah, I think the season starts the 23rd or something, or 24th, like that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. It's very cool because the Pacers' first home game is against Oklahoma City. It's like, are you kidding me, man? Like,
that's wild.
Yeah.
That is wild. But yeah, we haven't had NBA on NBC since like 2003. So
yeah,
it's going to be a change from being on TNT all those years before. Same crew, of course, but just different handling. So we'll see how that goes. In other news, we lost a titan in the entertainment
Yes.
industry, and film and activism, and just a great human being. Robert Redford passed away last week at the age of 89. And although he's been famous my whole lifetime, I really can't say a film other than maybe a Marvel movie I've seen him in, because I
Yeah.
just, um he was
I
definitely
th-
in his later years by the time I came along, so I don't know
right,
what movies I
exactly.
would have watched as a
Yeah,
kid with him
unless
in.
I I think unless you're just like a film fan, yeah, he was big 20 to 30 years before we were born. Really, I mean,
Mhm,
he was big in like the through the 50s and 60s. I saw him. I saw Bush Cassidy, my all the President's Men, um,
mhm.
Sting, which he did with Paul Newman, and he's done so many films. But uh, I saw a young Robert Redford in an episode of The Twilight Zone, which I think he played. He was playing Death or something, but
Yeah,
he's been around forever. That would have been in 1950 something when that was airing. So yeah, he had a
mhm,
long career.
a very long career, and he was the founder of the Sundance Festival, because
Yeah,
he poured so much into indie film and was sort of like a voice for growing talent in the industry, and also his activism. He was just sort of like the way Jane Fonda is, sort of like this
right,
beacon of truth and compassion and empathy, using their platform for good. He was very
right,
similar. Um, and one of his later projects as executive producer I really enjoy is Dark Winds on AMC.
right.
Um,
Yeah,
him and Game of Thrones guy, George R. R. Martin, are the executive
yeah,
producers of that series. So yeah, incredible loss, but such a wonderful life. I'm sure that will be celebrated. Um, just coming to the Oscars, and probably through all award season, we'll see some type of
right,
uh
right.
memorial for him. I'm pretty sure as he lived, he was probably also a vocal proponent for free speech,
I'm
and we are
sure.
seeing that targeted right now, with the last week's suspension of the Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Yeah,
The late night show on ABC, was indefinitely suspended after Kimmel made comments that a lot of people deemed inappropriate and disparaging to dead conservative pundit Charlie Kirk, who was shot and killed on September 10th by a shooter on the campus of Utah, or on the campus in Utah.
yeah,
The alleged shooter has been identified as Tyler Robinson, who was allegedly a Republican. His father was a cop, and he, I guess, came unenamored with Kirk's stance, and allegedly he was more right than Kirk was. I guess the hierarchy is like Kirk was considered a bit too moderate
yeah,
compared in the right configuration of politics, and I guess
yeah. I
people like
have
Laura.
no clue.
Yeah, from what I read, people like Laura Loomer and
Yeah,
Nick Fuentes were more to the right and hated Kirk for his moderate views, and that's who I guess this Robinson kind of more aligned with.
huh.
Um, so the comments Kimmel made weren't even disparaging of Kirk; they were more
Not
disparaging
really.
of the Republican Party.
Yeah,
Um, and maybe that's why Trump probably gunned for him to be suspended. But Trump's been coming for any critic for
of
years.
him. Right.
Yeah. And Sinclair Media Group and Nexstar Media Group, both owning a majority of the ABC station affiliates, push to have the show suspended. And Sinclair went a step further, saying that's not enough. Kimmel should apologize to Kirk's family and make a donation to Turning Point
Nation.
USA,
Right.
which is Kirk's nonprofit organization. Of course, there's been immediate pushback against this from all
Yeah.
over the spectrum. Hollywood, politicians on both sides of the aisle, because
Just
it's
talking heads. Yeah. It's
yeah,
it's
it's a clear infringement on our rights for freedom of speech. Yes, you may not
Right.
like it, but he's allowed to say it.
To say it, right. Because
Yeah.
it can lead to very dangerous territory if, on
Mhm.
anything. Like, I mean, sure, this is happening to somebody who's, notoriously back left wing things, but, that pendulum swings and then they can be used to muffle conservative voices. So yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely a dangerous game to be playing.
Right, and like I said, with voices on both sides of the aisle, you had Ted Cruz coming out
Right. Yeah.
speaking against this, some
Tucker
other
Carlson.
Tucker Carlson, and, he despite his views, he's allowed to the freedom of speech allows him to have those
Exactly.
views. Allows him to have that
Right.
platform, so he doesn't want that infringed upon either. So it's gonna be very interesting. We had, um, uh, announcements for folks to boycott Disney's platforms, which include
I saw
Hulu,
that. Yeah.
Disney Plus, ABC, ESPN. You had a lot of adults that are considered Disney adults who attend their amusement parks and cruises and stuff like that
Right.
can't cancel their trips. And Wednesday, after the announcement, Disney's stock prices did drop.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So right now, last I heard, they are fumbling trying to uh, clean this up, and they're possibly considering bringing the show back very soon
Yeah. I
because
saw that. And I think Jimmy Kimmel's got to be in a weird space because in one side he's got to be like, ABC, you can go to hell. Like, you have no backbone, you have no spine. Fuck off. But then the other side, there's probably hundreds of people employed on that show
yeah,
that, he wants to get back to work. He wants to keep speaking to the American people. So, yeah, it'll
yeah,
be
and
interesting to see how it plays out.
I saw where somehow they got the crew paid for next week.
Oh,
I'm not
okay. Well, that's
sure where
good.
the funds came from, but yeah, he's been very generous with that. And we've seen that with what people have said about him. Yes, his politics may be a little murky. He is a white man, of course, fellow The Man
Right.
Show co-host and whatnot. But even Damon Lindelof came forward and said, until his show suspension is lifted, I will not be working with Disney.
Yeah. I imagine that would happen a lot. Like, these big names start pulling out. Disney's going to be like, we stepped in it. Hold on.
Yeah, yeah. He also heard from Mark Ruffalo and Tatiana
Yeah.
Maslany as well, who are She-Hulk and Hulk. Like, they are
Right.
backbones of the Marvel universe, so it's not looking good for them. You
No.
also had former CEO Michael Weisner come out and say, "Bob, what the fuck you
Like, what's going
doing?
on? Right.
Like, what's going
Because the
on?"
dangerous thing is that you have the television aspect of it, but they have theme parks on almost every continent. You know what I mean? So the people just are in uh, Disney Paris or Disney wherever it is in Asia. They're like, all right, I'm not going. You know,
Right.
that's an easy 12,000 euros or $12,000 or
Mhm.
yen or whatever the Asian country that Disney's in. But yeah, it's not good.
And America's global portfolio is already damaged. That's
Yeah, yeah,
just another blast to our our persona globally, internationally. So
exactly.
I expect them to reverse this, despite the pushback that may come from Trump and the right. But if Gina Carano can win her lawsuit against Disney for her firing for free speech, you can't turn
Yeah.
around and suspend Kimmel.
And I just don't understand when these companies are going to learn to grow a backbone. Now, this is the FCC coming out, but we know that guy is a Trump lapdog, a crony.
Hmm.
But at the same time, like, you've seen Bud Light hit with it by the right. You've seen Target still struggling to get black people and people back to their stores, and all these different things getting hit by boycotts. I'm just not sure why Disney thinks they're above that because they certainly aren't.
Right.
Like,
Right. Exactly. So it's going to be very interesting the next few days. With this story has had legs. I'm sure it's gonna have legs for the
oh, I'm
rest
sure. Yeah,
of the year, because it very much feels like free speech for me, none for thee from this
exactly.
administration.
That's
So,
essentially what it is.
I'm sure we'll hear more about that very soon. By the time you hear this, Jimmy Kimmel may be back on TV that night,
Yeah, that is
honestly.
possible.
Yes. And our next topic will be a recap of the Emmys.
Ooh.
Now, this was the 77th Primetime Emmy Awards on CBS. Occurred last Sunday, the 14th.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought as far as the winners is what we tune in for, I thought it was pretty good. Some expected wins, but then I thought there were a lot of surprises that kind of
Yeah.
spread the Emmy love more than previous years have done.
And also, the event seemed very, uh, how would I say this? People seem scared. This is 4 days after Charlie Kirk had got killed. We're in a different part. This is not Donald Trump, 2016 Donald Trump. This man is clearly losing his mind. So he was watching the Emmys, just like,
Mhm.
and it seemed like people in there were aware of that. People in there seemed a little bit scared to speak their mind. Some of them did not. Old girl from
Right.
Hacks, she was just like,
Yeah, Hannah Einbinder said it
right,
loud and clear. They censored her, of course, because she cursed,
right,
but yeah. Yeah, and I think that was part of the production's aim to remain Sweden in this whole
right.
ordeal.
Just
That's why they hired the host, Nate Bargatze or whatever,
right.
who he tried his best, but
Yeah, he's quite shit.
it wasn't good. Like
Not
the
at all.
opening sketch was fine. I thought that was funny, but it was also just whatever he did on SNL. They just changed it from
Hmm.
wherever that was to TV. But then while I thought the joke was funny, the Boys and Girls Club charity thing, to make that your entire bit for 3 hours was not good.
Was horrible. In a room full of rich people, you're taking money away from children. What kind of joke is that? Like the little counter on the side, that's insane. Like,
Like, it was like, "Oh, that's funny,"
right.
at first, but then, like, you just kept coming back to it, but then it wasn't funny. Like, even JB Smoove,
No,
he was not funny. It
no,
I don't
it's dead.
know, and that's why I was afraid of when they announced him, because I know he's an upcoming comedian. I'm sure he has a following, but he's known to be kinda safe,
Right.
unappealing, unamusing, and that's what they got, basically.
Yeah. We're this time is dead. We don't need safe anymore.
Yeah. Other than the production, I thought, like I said, the awards were great. You had, of
Yeah,
course, the big winners that night were Apple TV's The Studio, which sort of
absolutely.
dominated the comedy category. And it broke the Bears record for most awards won by a comedy in a single year with 13 Emmys. Um, yeah, Seth Rogen winning for acting, I believe directing as well for comedy. I think writing too. Um, on the drama side, you had The Pit victorious for best drama, which I kind of expected is sort of like a TV Insider's favorite show. Um, kind of a throwback feel to that traditional TV procedure or whatever, week by week.
Yeah,
He had Noah Wiley in the lead, who won for best actor. And in limited series was Adolescence. Um,
yeah. That was a
which could
given. Like,
Yeah, which could not be denied. Stephen
right,
Graham, Owen Cooper won, Erin Doherty won for Best Supporting Actress. They won for writing as well. They just kind of swept that category. But then you had a few surprises. One major one was Jeff Hiller winning Best Supporting Actor for a comedy series, which everyone
right,
thought was going to go to Harrison Ford for Shrinking. Um, and to give some love to Somebody Somewhere, which a show critics love, but just didn't really reach the mainstream in
right,
its
right,
run. You had Kristen Milioti, who won for lead actress in limited series for The Penguin, which she was sort of like the surprise driving force of that series, so well deserved
right,
there.
right.
Britt Lauer won for Best Actress, which many thought would go to Kathy Bates. But Britt Lower, I don't know how you say it, Lauer, Lower.
Low, I don't know either.
But she won for her role as Severance, and when you think about it, she's playing 2 people.
Yeah,
So, out the gate, Severance should have been, like, getting all the acting noms, but there's only few enough to go around.
absolutely.
But they did score that award and Best Supporting Actor for Tremel Tillman, as Melchek, and surprisingly, he's the first Black actor to win Best Supporting Actor in Drama Series in 77 years of the Emmys.
Wow, that's a
Which
shame.
I guess,
It's wild that there's still even things like that to exist. Like we're still having the first Black person or the first, like that's insane.
like Ron Cephas Jones wasn't even a supporting actor. He got Best Guest
Yeah,
Actor for This Is Us. So,
that's
another
crazy.
first that was kind of went unnoticed was the first Latina winning for comedy writing for the studio. One of the writers was a Latina woman. She's the first one to win
Okay,
that as well. So that
that's
was
good.
cool. And then while they ignored Andor in the acting categories, the bitch won Best Writing for a Drama Series, which it should have, for Welcome to the Rebellion, the penultimate episode with Mon
Yeah.
Mothma delivering her speech in the Senate. So I was really happy about that. Of course, Gene Smart and Hannah Einbinder won for Hacks. What didn't win was The Bear, got shut out. And The White Lotus season 3 got shut out as well.
Oh, yeah. Do you
So
know, I could see that with that season. While it was good and had its moments, it wasn't touching the other two. So,
yeah, it
yeah,
was very mixed reaction with that season. And I think The
yeah,
Bear season 3 had the same issues. I think people
right.
were kind of over the, oh, this is a comedy. Um And season 4, I think, returned to form, actually. I think season 4 was a better season than his previous season. So we'll see if anyone returns next year for those awards. But overall, pretty good time. Another TV season has ended, and we'll prepare for the 20, was it 25, 26 season? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
So now I think everything that dropped in like May 31st, or is it June 1st to May 31st of next year will be eligible for
yeah.
nominations
Okay,
next year.
cool.
All right, those are the headlines, and now we're going to transition to our feature presentation. All right, so now that we got the Emmy Awards out of the way, we're going to prepare for our quarter three review, and feature
Yeah.
preview of what's coming in movies and TV. What were some of your favorite shows for the last 3 months, going from July, August, and September?
So I just put them all together. I did them like movies and TV shows. I didn't separate them.
Oh,
But
that's fine.
for July, I had It's Always Sunny, in Philadelphia, the FX show, which I've been watching it. I don't think I've watched all 17 seasons. I didn't start off watching 17 seasons, but I definitely have gone back and watched those 17 seasons. Anyway, it's good. I really enjoy it. It's been funny, and it's over now. Happy Gilmore 2. I was skeptical, but I
Oh,
watched it just because I'm a big Adam Sandler fan. So I was like, okay, I'll check it out, see what it's about. And it was better than I expected. Obviously, can't touch the first one, but that's all right.
mhm.
Um, then a show that we both started watching, The Killer in the Friend Group on HBO Max. A really good way to do the true crimes kind of vibe. So
Mhm,
kind of
mhm.
changes how it is. It's just like the title says, there's a killer within the friend group, and they break down in what happened, and then you find out who it was. It's very good. And then there's another one. Hold on, I think I got the murder. mm, This one came on Hulu. I need to find the name of it. Naming the Dead, and this is a series
Hmm,
on Hulu where they uh, take up old cases and or where they found people, found bones or whatever, and go back and find out who they were. So they had
okay.
women who had been murdered were a couple stories, and then one of the interesting ones there was a black man who this would have been, oh, I don't know which time period it was, but he was using train cars to move across the country from California back to the coast to Chicago, and they
Oh,
were able to
wow.
find out who he was, and he was either accidentally killed or killed on purpose, and they weren't sure, but they were able to connect
Mhm.
with his family exactly who he was, and so yeah, it's very interesting. Another good take on doing true crime. So yeah, that's kind of what I watched in
Okay.
July.
I think I remember seeing that trailer because I really liked the title, Naming the Dead.
Yeah, yeah, and it's with some group. I can't remember the group's name, but they specialize in
Mhm.
kind of taking very little and blowing
That's
it up and finding. Yeah,
right. Awesome. All right, for me in July, Prime Video's Ballard was a spinoff of the Bosch/Bosch Legacy
yeah,
franchise. Very good. Basically followed a homicide detective who found herself on the outside of the force leading their cold case division. And she finds a conspiracy within the LAPD. Nothing new, but it was really good. That starred what's her name? Crap. Asian. I'm looking right at her, can't think of her name. Hold on one second.
that's the worst. It's the
Maggie
worst.
Maggie Q. Maggie Q.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, okay. 10 episodes, really good. And it co-starred do you watch Ab Elementary?
Yeah, I know a,
Okay.
a lot of yeah.
The other black female teacher that's Janine's friend. I think
Hold
her
on,
name in real life is Courtney
I can
something.
see it.
But she starred in the show as well, and it's like her first sort of dramatic turn because she's usually in
Oh,
comedies.
okay.
She's
Yeah.
really good in it. So yeah, it was definitely fun to watch. My next one is a true crime one as well. One Night in Idaho, The College Murders. I wasn't
Oh wow.
expecting to watch this given that story was so sensationalized, but,
Yeah.
this 4-episode docuseries really took the time to bring the victims and their families' voices forward instead of focusing on, the killer and his motives and all that stuff that the news kinda normally heralds over the victim's own grief and whatnot. So it was done really well, handled with care, and that's on Prime Video. Of course, we know now, um, the, alleged killer pled guilty so he could avoid the death penalty,
Yeah.
so, but yeah, it was very good.
Yeah. That's a
Um,
strange case.
it really was, and I almost felt I was like, "How do they know it's him?" Like, there was very little evidence, but he actually left a lot of evidence behind,
Hmm.
purely thinking he was smarter than police. He went to
Police,
college
right?
for forensics and criminal investigation and stuff, and while expertly smart, he made a big mistake, leaving evidence behind. That's how they ultimately got
Damn.
him. Yeah, of course. Um, I think that's all I watched in TV in July, if I'm not mistaken, which is kinda odd.
But do you know what? It's so funny you say that because the summer months I do not watch TV. Like I'll try to tune in, but I'm mostly trying to be out.
Yeah, and there was really nothing on
Right.
other
That's the other
than
thing which we talked
reality
about.
and competition series, like,
Right.
all the new shows are coming literally next month. So,
Right.
um,
And
yeah.
I'm not the person that can do the Love Island and that shit is so obnoxious to
Yeah,
me. I
it's
hate
not
it.
it's not my bag anymore.
Yeah. And they
I don't
don't do
know.
anything. Get some challenges. Do some road rules, real world type shit. But no, they just
Something.
sit there and drink and yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, it's not good. What movies were on your list in July that you watched,
Let's
if
see. I have
any?
to go back. I finally caught up with Long Legs, which was old. The only new movie I watched was that Freaky Tales on HBO, which
Mhm.
interesting concept, but definitely could have been
Better.
done better. But yeah, that was interesting. And really, think that's it. Oh, and Talk to Me, another old movie. I didn't see anything new, but Talk to Me,
Okay,
the horror movie, I tuned into that as well. So yeah,
okay.
those
Yeah,
were
for
really it.
me, it was, I watched On Becoming a Guinea Fowl,
That's right.
um,
Yeah,
which was really good. I really enjoyed that. That's on Max. And then Fantastic Four: First Steps came out in July.
yeah,
It was decent. Definitely improvement from Marvel given their recent sort of uh low streak.
Right.
Um, but yeah, I think that was basically it in July. Oh, I also watched My Mom Jane, Mariska's documentary
Okay.
about her
Yeah.
mother. Kath.
I heard that's really good.
It
Yeah.
is really well done. Because I mean, I didn't really know much about her mother at all.
Right.
And then her whole family ordeal. It was very well done, very good, interesting. I learned a lot. All right, now we go to August, which was just last month.
Right.
These last 3 months went by very fast.
A little
Um,
bit too quickly.
yeah, TV wise, I'll go first this time. I unfortunately had to watch the season 2 Wednesday. I had to review it for the site I write for. It's not bad. It definitely
Yeah.
feels like I'm a little above the age is for.
Right.
I remember enjoying the Addams Family movies, but I was never really an avid fan. Like I
Fan.
watched the Munsters over Addams Family
Yeah.
growing up. So, but Jenna Ortega's good in it. Some other good performances, but it's not a great show. It's definitely
No.
just kind of mindless stuff.
I
So I
I I
watched
fully
that.
agree.
Prime Video had a series called Butterfly, starring Daniel Day
Okay,
Kim.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. It's actually based on a graphic novel about Kim's character is a spy who faked his death and comes back 9 years later to rescue his daughter from the same fate. And I'm hoping that there's a second season. So
Okay.
it was pretty decent. And then this ends this week. It would have ended yesterday, but FX's Alien Earth is probably the best show
Yeah.
of the summer. The season finale is coming up. Its eighth episode. Noah Hawley. I never watched an Alien movie because no, but this is really good. It's set 2 years before the first Alien film. Um, Space crew on a voyage that's lasted 65 years were sent to
Wow.
retrieve the
Yeah.
specimen, and their plane crashes on Earth. And Earth is currently controlled by 5 corporations who own different continents. And the ship that's owned by Weyland Yutani lands on land occupied by Prodigy. So sorry, a turf war.
Right.
Um, it it goes into interesting conversations about um science and nature versus nurture. Um, what is a machine when it's not a machine? Humanity's own ambitions and how it plagues us. It's really good.
That's cool. Yeah. I
S-
don't think I must have missed the 65 years part. The voyage.
Yeah, which is insane. Because one
Right.
of the Voyagers, one of the crew members left his daughter when she was like 6, and he hasn't seen
Wow.
her since. Yeah, so
Wow.
yeah, definitely a great show to get into before it ends. And it will be streaming on Hulu. And I think that was it for August, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check one more thing. Wednesday. Yeah. Yeah, that was for my TV. What about you?
Okay. For me, for TV in August, I had Alien Earth as well. Um, I think you said everything you need to say about that. I tried to watch the new version of Outlander, and I did not like it. I didn't really
All the
seem
blood of my
necessary.
blood.
Yeah, I couldn't get into it. Um, on Hulu, they had this the Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox. And I've always been interested in just that
Mm.
story. That was such an interesting story when it came out. I, you know, I don't think she did it, but it's still very interesting. And yeah, I feel like a lot more people
Yeah.
are in that position than they care to admit. But this, I think it was decently done. And then the new King of the Hill. This is a
Mm.
fifth after a 15-year break. They came back for
Right.
season 14, and what I love about it is that they aged him. So
Right.
Peggy, Hank, uh, Bobby, everybody is grown now, and it's still got the same type of humor. I watch the older version of King of the Hill every night on Adult Swim. Like I just love it. I think the humor is funny. It's good, but yeah, I enjoyed it.
Cool, cool. All right, and then for movies, August, let me make sure. Okay. Weapons was
Yeah.
probably the best film I saw last month. One of the best films of the year, honestly. Very good from Jake Krager, who also did Barbarian, which I liked, but I like Weapons more. And then High and Low, which we discussed last week. The original from 1963, and Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest, which was good. Very Spike Lee-ish. But still a
Yeah.
decent
Yeah.
sort of reinterpretation of the original.
Okay.
And then were there any movies for you, or we're going to September?
Hold on a second. I had a couple. Again, I just got into like movies that I needed to knock out. So one of them that I watched was A Different Man, and this
Ooh.
stars oh god, was Sebastian Stan. And I'd heard good things about it, and it was decent, but that was on HBO Max, and in it he kind of goes through this new age medical procedure that changes his like appearance.
Mhm.
Um And while it starts off well and he looks like a different person and he's getting more opportunities, whatever, it ultimately turns bad, which you can imagine. But I thought it was decent. I think Sebastian Stan is a good actor, and that he takes on interesting, challenging roles, and this was one of them. And then I watched the animated film The Boy and the Heron. Uh, this was, what's his name? Robert Pattinson voices this massive bird, and he kind of follows this young boy who's trying to settle into a new town
Mm.
after his mother has passed, and and then there's like a different world and stuff, and yeah, it was very good. That was on HBO Max too, and another thing that just kind of set in my
Q.
my queue for a while, so I needed to get to it, and I did. So yeah, I really like that one.
All right, all right. Now we come to September, the current month we're in. While I didn't watch it yet, I've heard mixed stuff about The Paper. Ultimately, I heard
Yeah,
it is
same.
good. So it's on my list. I just haven't dipped into it, and it has been renewed. So there's that. Um, Gen V season 2 has been
Okay.
excellent. A little too on the nose because it's very amazing how I know the writers can't predict the things that are going to happen, but
Right.
the way these first 3 episodes the first 2 episodes sort of encompass the whole Charlie Kirk thing, like, is
Oh,
very
Jesus.
eerily it's
Similar.
yeah, it's very
Yeah.
strange how they just sort of kinda got that already. Um, and then some shows starting this week that I'm looking forward to: The Lowdown on FX with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
The 5th season of Slow Horses starts Wednesday, and Marvel Zombies from Disney. Only
Okay.
4 episodes, so I'm looking forward to that. Um, but yeah, I've just really been in Gen V starting, and we're kinda catching up on stuff, so
Yeah. Yeah, for me for September, yeah, I've not really gotten into too much. I started The Task on HBO, which is
mm,
very good. I probably need to go back and watch the episodes and actually pay attention, because it's one of those things where I had it on, I was doing something else. But from what I gathered so far, yeah, it's very good. Um, Only Murders in the Building start up again, and that's like, I think this is season 5 or season 4
yeah,
now,
season
and
5.
I just watch it. It's entertaining. It's good. I'm sure it will end soon. I kind of hope it does. But yeah, it's very good. And then as for movies, I've not really gotten into too many. I've watched another one, the Phoenician Scheme, which was on Paramount.
I think
Oh, I can't
so.
remember what I watched on, but it I it wasn't long, which a lot of his movies are. Why his name is escaping me right now. The director.
Paul ooh,
No, this is yeah,
no.
it's Wes Anderson.
Okay, Wes Anderson.
Yeah, um, and it just yeah, this one just didn't hit. Like the, Benicio del Toro was good, and Michael Cera was in it. He's pretty funny, but I just that kind of humor after 20 plus years of doing it, it's kind of gone dry. So
Mhm.
yeah, it just didn't really do it for me. So yeah,
Okay. Yeah, movies for me have been kind of scarce this month too. There's movies I wanted to see, I just didn't get to the theater yet.
exactly. Yeah.
Um, but we might as well get into our streams of the week. So, transitioning, I did finally watch Superman from this
Okay,
summer.
that's good.
It's on HBO Max right now, and I really enjoyed it. I've always been more of a Batman kind of guy. Superman was sort of like the 70s, so live action film wise, we never really had him until Henry Cavill's uh
Right.
portrayal. But yeah, I really enjoyed this iteration. I think I like it more than Fantastic Four. Um, it's definitely more colorful. Doesn't take itself too seriously. But
Right.
definitely fit in this new universe DC is building. It got kind of long there at the end. The final act kind of drags on a bit. Um, I'm excited to see what comes next in the sequel. That's due in 2027, I believe.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. Um, then I'm rewatching Hannibal via reactions on YouTube. So
Oh, geez.
there's some reactors who it's their first time watching it, so they've recorded like
Oh, okay.
2 episodes at a time. They're watching it, and I really have forgotten how quickly things escalate in that show, and just
Yeah.
how viscerally graphic it was for NBC at the time. Like
Yeah.
it's
Different time.
before streaming took off, so you would expect something like that on like HBO or Netflix, but
Right.
right before broadcast kind of their bottom fell out. So it's very
It
interesting time.
it was just a immaculate show. Just one of those shows you wish more people watched
Yeah.
because and oh god, we could do an episode on that shows that you wish more people watch because I could think about 20 right now. But anyways, that one is on it and I think that would have saved it from some of the troubles it went through. Um, very similar to
Mhm.
Evil. Evil, was
Yeah.
good and then got dropped and then it picked up and yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
what a show.
Yeah, and then I just finished Apple TV's Chief of War.
Okay.
This was produced by Jason Momoa, sort of like a passion project for him, depicting the Civil War and colonization Hawaii experience in the 17th century. Or
Mm,
yeah, I think so. Um, very similar to last year's Shogun. This one just tells a story that's been needed to be told and what many Americans for sure don't know about the way Hawaii came to be a state.
exactly. Yeah.
Ultimately, they did not want to come here. We just said, "You're ours,"
Yeah.
and we've turned into a resort palace, and they still
Right.
don't want to be part of us.
No.
But yeah, it's culturally accurate. They've got mostly Polynesian and Hawaiian actors, and the finale was directed by Jason Momoa. Um, he's underrated talent, honestly. I think
Yeah,
people
he's very
kind
good.
of wrote him off as like just like the hot hippie
Right.
surfer dude, but he's very talented. Um, and yeah, I really enjoyed the show. Probably one of my favorite shows of the year. Definitely going on
Wow.
the top
Okay.
10 list. So definitely check it out. It's 9 episodes. The supporting cast is crazy. Tamara Morrison, Cliff Curtis, um, some faces I recognize, but names I didn't know. And the story weaving is beautifully done. So yeah, Chief of War is 4 stars.
Yeah. All right. I have to check that out. Yeah. For me, I already spoke about one, the Phoenician scheme. And then after Robert Redford died, TCM, I'm sure the Criterion Collection will put something on their app. and so many channels are showing his movies. So I was able to see All the President's Men again. And when I was in college, it was so funny. They showed us this in journalism class, and they were just like, this is one of the great journalism movies. And then you get out there, and it's not that exciting, but it really it really does give you like, oh man, to be a journalist, this is a noble career. You can do this and that. But it's such a good movie. He and Dustin Hoffman and so many noticeable faces in there too. So yeah, I checked that out again. So
Yeah. All right, and now we'll get into our preview. I should have did this in the last segment, but we'll just do it now.
yeah,
I totally skipped over it. So, like we said, there wasn't much new in the summer as far as
no,
TV, and honestly, between the major broadcast stations, there's not a lot new coming either. I
mm,
think the amount of new shows this year on the four major broadcast networks is like 5,
wow,
with others being returning or like unscripted reality or game shows.
right, right,
So I'll just sort of like name these. We can kind of pick apart what's interesting. For the month of October, of course, we have Abbott Elementary returning.
hmm
I'll do returning shows. Abbott Elementary is turning on October 1st. You have Netflix The Diplomat on October 16th with Carrie Russell. Very good show, very political show. Nobody Wants This. Did you watch that on Netflix?
no,
Okay, me
no,
neither. That's with Kristen Bell and Adam Brody. He's Jewish and she's not, and they fall in love, and
okay,
yeah. And then the 4th season of The Witcher. I never watched this, but people really enjoyed it.
okay,
It starred Henry Cavill for the first 3 seasons, and then he left, and they replaced him with Liam Hemsworth. So I don't know how this season is going to go.
wow,
You also have for new shows, Monster, the Ed Gein story.
yeah,
I'm not here for Ryan Murphy as much as I used to be, but the trailer got me interested.
yeah, and I think this will be a decent one. It's a story you hear about, but he's not really mentioned with the rest of America's mini serial killers. But
Right. And
yeah,
apparently he was like the first, like
yeah,
first sort of prolific. So that stars Charlie, is it Hunnam? Is that how you say
I
it?
think so. I think that's how you say
From
it.
Sons of Anarchy. That's another Netflix on October 3rd. Then we have True Haunting. This
Hmm
is a new sort of mini series in the vein of Unsolved Mysteries, but focusing on like the supernatural
Right.
instances that happen to people on October 7th. On the 14th, video gamers will be excited. Splinter Cell Death Watch is an animated series based on the video game. You have Liev Schreiber taking on the voice of Sam Fisher, so that should be cool. I forgot they made this, but Hulu is doing Murdaugh, Death in the Family. If you remember
Yeah, I
that
saw that.
whole thing where the father was found guilty of killing his wife and son, and the whole conspiracies there in South Carolina and
Yeah,
whatnot.
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, stars Patricia Arquette and is it Jason Cook or Cole Hauser? I always get them confused.
I don't know.
They look like them, but I think it's going to be
Yeah.
more from the wife's perspective because I think one of the um conspiracy was like she was going to divorce him and that's why he killed her or something like that.
Oh,
Jason Clark, not Cook.
okay.
So that should be interesting. Um, Speaking of true crime, Peacock also has Devil in Disguise, John Wayne Gacy, and this
Mm.
will be starring dude from Severance, and he always plays like the pudgy, funny guy. Can't think of his name.
Are you talking about the guy that was one of the Emmys?
No, the brother-in-law.
Oh yeah, I don't know his name, but he does kind of always play that same character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he will be taking on the role of Gacy, which should be
Okay.
interesting. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's going to kill it given that he's more of a comedic actor, but they
Yeah.
tend
Yeah.
to be able to flick that on in an instance. Then Prime Video on the 23rd is doing a documentary series called Allen Iverson. So it's going a 3-part series
Hmm.
that sort of tracks his humble beginnings, his career, and sort of like his impact on the game of NBA. And that's being produced by Shaquille O'Neal and I believe Stephen Curry's production team as well. So
Okay.
that should be interesting. And also Elsbeth and Matlock come back. And I'm interested in CBS's DMV. Have you seen commercials for that?
No, I haven't.
It's a work comedy about the DMV.
Oh,
Stars Tim Meadows is in it, some other people. So I love
okay.
a workplace comedy. So
Yeah, that could be good though because that's one place that hasn't been hit yet,
right,
and it's
and
a
no
place
one,
so many Americans go through. And Jesus,
yeah, people hate
it's
the
never a
DMV.
good experience.
Movie wise, there's a lot going on. The Smashing Machine, October 2nd. Dwayne
Yeah.
Johnson's sort of first Oscar bait role. You got The Lost Bus with Matthew McConaughey and America Ferrera. I don't
Mm-hmm.
remember this story, but apparently they had to save a school bus of children from like the wildfires.
Well, yeah, I don't remember the story either, but yeah,
The horror story, Good Boy, which follows like a slasher movie from the
yeah.
perspective of a dog. Um, Tron Ares, of course, October 10th. I guess we break reality and they come to Earth somehow. I don't really understand Tron. I've heard a lot of good things about Roofman, starring what's his name? Channing Tatum.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
about the true story of like this escaped convict who ends up living on the roof of a mall, and kind of befriends. I think that's Kirsten Dunst or somebody.
Huh.
Then we have A House of Dynamite, Catherine Bigelow's film, will come to theaters. It comes to Netflix later on that month on the 24th. I'm looking forward to that. Kiss of the Spider Woman, Jennifer Lopez's big vehicle here.
Hmm.
The Black Phone 2 comes the 17th. I don't really
Yeah.
know what's happening in the trailer, but I'm interested.
Yeah, the first one was good, so
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. After the Hunt with Julia Roberts, Iowa Edebiri, and Andrew Garfield. And then the 22nd, Nia DaCosta's Hedda comes out starring Tessa
yeah.
Thompson. And that looks good
Yeah.
as well. Jumping
Yeah,
into
I have
November. Oh, go ahead.
oh, I just have a few
No.
things that I had that, um, It, Welcome to Derry comes out October.
Yes. I forgot about
That's
that.
October 26th. That has Bill Skarsgård and Taylor Page, and it's more of a story about, I guess, the story and how it came to be. Then there's another film, Anemone, or I can never say that word, Anemone, but this one is Daniel Day-Lewis. He's back, and Sean Bean, and it's about kind of what Daniel Day-Lewis did during the Troubles in Northern Ireland. At least that's what I gathered from it. And so
Oh.
he's gone and he's run off into the woods, and Sean Bean is his brother who comes and seeks him out, and it's like, you know, are you going to keep running? Like, are you going to keep hiding? And so, yeah, it's kind of interesting. The
Okay.
trailer was very, very good, and this is his first time back,
Yeah, in a long time.
in a long time. It's also cool because it's his son's film.
Oh,
So Daniel Day
wow.
Lewis is acting in his son's film.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a lot of other things. You had The Hunt, Hedda, Black Phone. I'm trying to see if anything else. No, that's pretty much it. Oh, that Frankenstein. Uh,
Yes.
Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. It's weird. It comes out October 17th, limited release, and then streaming everywhere November 7th. It's like, what's the point of putting it in theaters? Just make it
Yeah,
stream, I
they
guess.
just I guess you're getting exclusive access, and I don't know, they're trying to keep the
Yeah,
theaters live, but not really.
yeah,
It's
it's doing too
strange.
much.
Hop into November, TV-wise, November 6th, we get the Vince Staples season 2, the Vince Staples show, which was like a surprise hit for Netflix, kinda the
Yeah,
same vein as Atlanta with like a quirky sort of abstract comedy. I might have to rewatch season 1 because I don't really
yeah. It was
remember
so
a lot.
out in left field. There wasn't really like a linear story. So
Right.
yeah,
And then that's Netflix. We also get Death by Lightning. And I believe this is the story of a president who was assassinated. He wasn't president very long.
Yeah.
It stars Michael Shannon and
Okay.
another really good actor. Hold on. It's been in the process forever. I think they're just now getting it to us. Um, but it's about the assassination of President James Garfield. So it stars
Okay.
Michael Shannon and Matthew
Huh.
McFadden from Succession. That should be interesting. Over NBC, we get Stumble, which is a mockumentary about cheerleading, and
Oh
it's
Jesus.
it stars Jerry Lyons, who was on Claws, and she cameoed an English teacher. She was the mom on the PTO that was mad because she thought the teacher turned her son gay or something like that.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that should be good. Um, Matthew Reese and Claire Danes are on a show called The Beast in Me on Netflix. I think it's like a spy something. We get the final season of Bel Air on Peacock.
Oh, geez, I forgot all about that show.
Right. November 24th will be the final season. Talk about a show that just lost the plot.
Right, right.
And then the 26th will be the first part of 3 of Stranger Things' final 5th season.
Yes. Because then the next 2 parts come out late. It's like the 25th of December and then
And
New
New
Year's
Year's.
Eve.
Yeah,
Yeah,
crazy.
too much.
And I'm pretty sure they said each episode is like an hour, hour and a half. I'm like, what?
I don't have the time.
Season 4 was long enough.
Yeah. Whole series of shows have started and ended between the last time we got Stranger Things. In this shit, these kids are grown now. Like
Like Dexter came
yeah,
back, died, and
right.
came back again. And it's coming
It's
back.
insane.
Let it go. Any other TV picks for you in November?
Let me see what I have. No, yeah, I think you hit most of them. And most of mine are really just movies. The fall seems to be a good time for movies. So
Right, because it's heading
yeah,
right to Oscar. So for
right.
me, I'm sure there's a lot of film festival movies I've forgotten. I don't know, like
Yeah,
they're just sort of in the air.
right.
But I've got Wicked for Good, of course. The
Yes,
sequel to Wicked, and then Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out story will be the third film. I've
absolutely.
heard some great things about it so far, so I'm looking forward to this third film in the
Yeah.
trilogy.
Those are the 2 I have. And then the film, oh Jesus, Sentimental Value. I've heard a lot about this from the film
Mm.
circuit. And this one is Stellan Skarsgård, the dad of all the mini Skarsgårds, Elle
Mhm.
Fanning, and people who saw The Worst Person in the World from 2021. I can't say her name. She's Norwegian,
Oh
but
yeah, I know what you're talking
it's
about.
yeah. And so it's a film, and it's based on those 3, or cover around those 3. And uh, what I gather is that Elle Fanning comes to town and kind of starts stealing the attention away from
Oh.
uh, Renee Ryan's. I literally cannot say her
Oh,
name.
yeah, it's like
And
Renee yeah.
Ryan, yeah, yeah, and
Mhm.
yeah. So interesting film, I guess. Then we'll see how that goes. So I've heard a lot about it.
Okay. And then we get into December. I'm sure more shows will be announced at a
Yeah,
later date
definitely.
because when I follow, there's just shows to be determined, be determined, be determined. So you never
Exactly.
know. I do know on the 10th, we get Percy Jackson and Olympian season 2. I didn't watch the
Okay.
show, but I read reviews. I had to edit reviews about it.
Yeah.
People really enjoyed it, and it sounded like it was an improvement upon the film, something we don't need from Harry Potter since there was like 10 of those.
No.
Um, yeah, Percy Jackson seems to be a best equivalent without the transphobia. So
And this is Percy Jackson. I'm trying to remember Percy Jackson. This is the one that had Brandon T. Jackson, right? He was like a
right in the movies, yeah,
okay.
he was like the
Yes, yes, yes.
centaur. Yeah, so this is
All right.
more. They follow more along the books written by Ryan. What's this guy's name? Richard Ron, some guy. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
multicultural casting, and the kids had a growth spurt from the first
Well,
season, so you can definitely tell they're much
tell,
older now. Not adults, but
but older.
older. Yeah.
I think that's the first time I saw Alexandra Daddario was in that.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
she wasn't
and
good.
probably Logan Lerman too. Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of jump-started his career,
Right.
basically. Brandon
Okay.
just
Well,
kinda fell off after that. I don't know what happened.
yeah. Yeah.
The 17th, season 2 of Fallout is coming.
Mm,
Another triumph of the video game to TV adaptation that's happening right now. And then I don't know the date, but Marvel's Wonder Man is coming to Disney Plus. This is
yeah.
the limited series starring Yahya Abdul-Mateen as Wonder Man, who's sort of like a G-level hero villain of Marvel Comics. Um, his lore is he um was the brother of someone who gets powers, but he's also a struggling actor, and he kind of loses out and gets revenge. Something, I don't know. He's like a villain that becomes a hero, goes back and forth. But so I'm interested to see how they interpretate that with
Okay.
Yaya. And then
Right.
of
Right.
course the second and last half of Stranger Things season 5 in December.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah. Here's my thing with Stranger Things. I just hope it's good. I hope it ends on a clean note. Don't make any spin-offs. Don't do anything else. Just dead the
Yeah.
show and just
Because honestly, it could have ended with season 3. Season 4 was
yeah,
a lot. I honestly should have ended with season 4 because they
yeah,
really dragged that along.
yeah. Show's been on for 15 years. I don't even think that's true. It's been on for so long.
It's been a long time when you think
Yeah.
about it. It was like it definitely made Netflix sort of like the mega streamer it is now,
Mm-hmm.
but it could have wrapped up
Yeah.
earlier before that.
Because it took it like because people were into Orange is the New Black, but then this came around. I think it was after it, and it did. It just boom, just catapulted,
Yeah,
and like and they haven't looked back. So,
yeah. It was something totally different.
and the state of
Um,
Indiana has not let it go either.
I'm surprised we don't see more like of that stuff here, just in like general
Right?
like
Yeah.
marketing or merch or anything.
The only thing you see is literally the Fevers jerseys. That's it. They do
That's
the
it.
whole
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Did you have any TV for December? I know we don't really know what's coming. It's
No,
kind of
all I have literally
scarce.
is just one movie. That's really all I have for December. Wasn't too
Okay,
much.
yeah. I had Jay Kelly comes to Netflix December 5th. That's with George Clooney and
Okay.
Adam Sandler. And then Father, Mother, Sister, Brother is also supposed to come out in December.
I've heard that's incredible, and it won a top prize. We talked about it.
Yeah.
Was it Venice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, the movie I have is by the Safdie brothers, I believe, and this is Marty Supreme starring Timothy Chalamet,
Mm-hmm.
and this is about, I guess, it's about a ping pong player. That's all I have. I don't know if this is
Right.
based on factual film or not,
Yeah,
but
I couldn't tell. I saw the trailer and I
yeah,
was like, oh, okay.
yeah, it looks interesting. It's got a wild cast. I'm looking at it now. It's Timothy Chalamet, Gwyneth Paltrow, Fran Drescher,
Right.
uh, Kevin O'Leary, which nobody wants to hear from now. He can go hell. And Tyler the Creator. So yeah,
Yeah, Tyler was the surprise for me. I was like, is this like
yeah,
his first like feature role? And someone's like, yes.
all right,
So yeah. And I didn't know that Dennis O'Leary, whoever acted, or
yeah. I didn't think he did. All I know is from Shark Tank. I know he's like a Trump
right.
friend, and then when the whole stuff happened a few months ago about Trump talking bad about Canada, he was like on Trump's side, even though he's Canadian. It's like, what are you doing, man? Like
Child
you were,
mess.
yeah, wild.
So thank you for listening to this latest episode of It's a Streamable Life podcast with Brandon and Lauren. We hope you have your list of favorites coming up on TV as well as film for the rest of the year. Next time you hear us, we will be I think we'll be in the month of October.
Yes, we
Um,
will.
and we're going to focus on a cocky in Halloween. I definitely have not been tuned to his filmography, but I'm going to watch some films. We're going to discuss them and to get ready for the spooky season.
Yes. He has a lot of films.
Right. And I just saw where I think by December, sometime this year, they're going to have the Hitchcock collection on DVD, like Blu-ray.
Okay.
So that would
That's
be
good.
something to possibly purchase, just to
Right.
have.
All right, then.
But till then, keep on streaming.
Peace.